Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up? How you doing? How you been? What's going on? What's good? Are you getting it in? Somebody's getting it for you. What's good, people? Woo, what's good, people? Today of another day we call Monday. Anyway, that being said, what's good, people? It's been a crazy week with the racial incident that's going on over the internet, which I already know everybody's, going back and forth in reference to this because they feel as though, that she should have said she was a white woman and she should not say that she is a black woman and stuff like that. And I have to say that I'm very disappointed in a lot of girls, like, when I speak to other LGBT, and I do not mean everyone, but I had a lot of different agreements, different opinions in reference to her. They're talking about DNA, and it's all about the DNA, and I find it really funny that, it's very sad to me, and also from the people that it came from. I'm not the kind of person who like try to start stuff up, but I'm kind of like the kind of person who kind of like try to bite my tongue on a lot of times. And I think this subject is one that kind of bothered me the most because it's very much discrimination, and it's not really based on, the work what she does. It's not really based on, the job at hand. It's to me, personal opinion, it was based on a lot of trans girls and cross-dressers signing on that she was wrong. She should have told them she was a white woman and stuff like that. And the world we live in, you have to be very honest when it comes down to your gender and your race and stuff like that. You shouldn't lie to people and stuff like that. Now, I got into a big disagreement with someone on my Facebook page, and she was actually a cross-dresser. And then I had that third thought, and I was like, you know what, I'm not going to say anything back to her because I'm upset, and I'm very, it's a personal hearting feeling when it comes down to this, and then I watch other trans girls sign up to it as well. And as I sit back and I question myself, I said, why are you arguing with a cross-dresser, a person who lives as a woman some days and lives as a man the rest, who's very confused whether they want to be a man or a woman, or basically they live as a man as a woman, so when they want to attack the transgender, they come out as the man, and when they want to be the transgender side, they become the woman. And I'm asking myself, why are you arguing back and forwards with this? Because a lot of times cross-dressers have this certain thing that they like to have sex with transsexual women, and they basically kind of confused with it, but a lot of cross-dressers are allegedly supposed to be straight. And I'm not knocking your hustle, that's what you do, that's what you do. I have no problem with that. However, I do have a problem with you signing on saying that someone should own up to what they are when you are confused with what you are. And my thing is, this is as a transsexual woman, they sit back and the other transsexuals are like, oh, you cannot go on DNA. DNA is this and DNA is that. And I try to stand within my sisters and stuff like that, and I have to agree, we have to agree to disagree sometimes, but I find it very hard for me to sit back and listen to you say how she needs to tell her truth and stuff like that when you put female down in your job application. You're not saying I'm a transgender woman trying to get a job. You're not saying I'm a man pretending to be a woman. You're not saying I used to be a boy, I'm a girl now. You're saying I'm a woman. You put in F. And it amazes me, that that's the kind of world we live in. And who are you? Okay? Okay, now you see I put that up there and stuff, reference to who are you? Because I don't think a lot of times you girls really know. And I do not mean every single girl, but I'm just questioning. It's so funny how you want everybody to stand behind you. I'm a transgender woman, except me. I am who I am. I stand proud. I am woman. But then a woman comes along and says, I defend myself as a black woman. Oh, no, you're not. You can't do that. Well, I hate to say you, sweetie, but there is a lot of people that feel as though transsexuals are nothing but men pretending to be women, and on top of that, they feel as though you're nothing but pedophiles out here trying to go after children. And I do not mean everyone, because I definitely am not a part of that product. But I do believe in when someone says that's what they are and that's what they do, I have no problem with that. I can respect you. If you are a natural-born female and you look like a straight-up woman, titties, ass, and say, I'm a man, baby, you are a man. In my book, that's what you want to be respected as. I have no problem with that. If you are a natural-born man who looks like a man, who puts makeup on and say you are a woman, honey, I would treat you like a woman. I have no problem with that. However, I do have a problem with a transgender woman or a cross-dresser. I'm talking about you can't, she has no right to say she's black. And you have no right to be who you are either. But we play glass houses, we throw stones, you know. We eat so many hormones and we feel as though we're lovely or we're passive, but we forget that motherfucking bathroom trip, that we have to take our hand and stick it down between our legs and make sure everything is stuck back inside that little hot pocket before you pull those panties up to make it look cunt. But anyway, that being said, I want to show you a couple of pictures of people that are mixed race. You know, that to let you know that the world is divided within different things and different cultures and different advocacies, where we all need to learn how to accept each other and not judge each other on what we feel as though we need to feel as though they need to do for our opinion. Anyway, that being said, here it goes. Okay, now you see all those people who are mixed races and stuff like that. Now, I put that up there so it's so important, is that you have to learn one thing. You create the mess in someone's life with your labels and your rules. When you live and let live, you could create such a beautiful person. But a lot of times we can't do that, because we're still discriminating against each other. We're still finding avenues and stuff like that. And I feel really bad for Rachel, who stood up there and she was fighting for just trying to help people. And your reward her, she stepped down. Yes, as of today, Monday, she stepped down. She says enough is enough. And I feel bad, because when you're trying so hard to do right, look at the reward. Look at the reward. Look at all the Howard University, you know, she went to, and all the things she's trying to do to fight for Black lives and stuff like that, and, you know, all the things that she's pushed out there, taking speeches, get up, go on this area, get up, while you were sitting around watching TV, watching a housewife, watching a reality show. You wasn't doing that. Oh, but when something comes up like, oh, let me see what they say. Why is it that when people are when they feel as though they are a part of something that they had nothing to do with? Oh, well, I'm not gonna call Al Sharpton for my stuff like that. Where's Al Sharpton at? Al Sharpton always starts stuff up. Then don't call him. Get your ass out there and you do it. You won't do it, because you know what? You're a coward. You know, I find it so amazing how so many can sign on and say, well, she has no right. It's in her DNA. Is your DNA says cross-dresser? Is your DNA says transgender? Transgender is up here, transgender is down here. Bitch, when you go to the bathroom, you know what your transgender is. You trans your hand between your legs and you pull your gender out and you piss. And it just makes me so upset when you can sit back and you can act all this, and on hormones, honey, I'm lovely, but at the end of the day, you know what you are. But you want your respect. You want your respect, yes you do. And I'm not talking to everyone, and I do not mean everyone. But I am making this video direct towards anyone who said anything that was against Rachel, identifying herself as a Black woman. If that's what she lives in, that's what she wanted, why cannot be respected? Because it's in her DNA. Well, then you're a man. It's in your DNA. Check that out. So the next time when you go to your job applications, you fill out stuff since it was such a problem for her identifying as a Black person. You let them know, I'm a man and I'm applying for a job where you got big titties, ass, silicone lips, and all that kind of shit, braids looking all the way you want to do. You remember one thing, you're a man. So when you judge her, you make sure that glass rock that you throw it right back at your ass. And don't get mad when somebody says you're a man, because you have no problem with her, so don't have a problem when it comes to you. You know? It's good for the goose and it's good for the gander, so you swallow that bitch with the next pill you put down your fucking throat and the next shot you stick in your fucking ass. Because you're real. If you was real, you wouldn't need that, now would you, sister? Anyway, that being said, I just wanted to put out there, and I'm no longer going to talk about this because this is a very personal matter to me, and I hate to see somebody of a good person trying to do something good and be punished for good. And I hate to see the transgender, and I do not mean all trans, because some girls get it, but many of you don't, because you live a fabulous life because you think you're over. But at the end of the day, you know what you are. Anyway, that being said, I want to say, I'd like to thank everyone for watching. And if you agree to disagree, you already know, Mother will be watching it like a hawk. And I want to watch what you have to say. And trust me, I have no problem with my mouth when it comes to people who forget where they came from and what you are. You sit back and you want to feel like you are this kind of person because you feel like you're so real. The only thing real in your mind is the delusion that you're running through to the people that you meet. Because if it's not good enough for her, then it sure hell ain't good enough for you. Anyway, that being said, I want to say hello all new people. Boom. I want to say old people, bam. And I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. What you to do, I want you to do your best way that you can. And if nobody don't like it, then fuck them.